American politics have been for some time now the domain of two types, Republican and Democrat. Certainly there have been other parties, but none to make a serious impact, certainly not recently. With the announcement today that Rand Paul, a libertarian, who's also a Republican, wants to be president, we could be in for a seismic shift in American politics. Then again, maybe not. Welcome into MidPoint, the weekday afternoon drive host at 1210 WPHT in Philadelphia, and a libertarian. Rich Zeoli joins us. Good to see you again, Rich.
Ed, thanks for having me on.
Well, let's just go ahead and make this point. Rand Paul does not come out and say, I am a libertarian, but he does espouse a lot of libertarian views. So you, as sitting in that, you've got to be pretty excited today.
Oh, absolutely. I love Rand Paul. And I think it's important to remember that libertarian is a political party nowadays, just like Republican and Democrat is a political party. So it's a philosophy, and it's also a party. And I think too often now when people say, oh, you're a libertarian, they're looking for somebody who identifies with and votes for libertarian candidates. But we know on the national level that the Libertarian Party has never been able to elect anyone nationally. And they probably will have a libertarian candidate. You know, who knows who it'll be this time around.
But then why is that, though? Why haven't they been able to elect? Because it seems to always be growing. We hear more and more about it. People are sick and tired of the two-party system. And it would seem that libertarianism should have caught on a lot greater than it has.
Well, look, when Ron Paul ran for president, he did so as a Republican, even though he is staunchly libertarian, because he understands that the Republican Party has the workings to be able to get somebody elected. The Libertarian Party just doesn't. It doesn't have the precincts. It doesn't have the captains. It doesn't have the grassroots people that are going to be gutting out on election day. So it's got a lot of enthusiastic supporters. But the two-party system is so entrenched. I think the smarter move is for somebody like Rand Paul, who has libertarian feelings and leanings and philosophies, to run as a Republican through an established party that has all the abilities for somebody to actually get elected on a national level.
Do you think, though, that the Republicans, and we're talking about the staunch Republicans here, and let's be honest again, it is seen as the old white guy party, that the people who are sitting there right now are the ones going to say, sure, bring the libertarian side in here, we need them, or do you feel they're going to say, get out, don't talk to us, we know what we're doing?
Rand Paul says that he wants to attract people that typically don't vote Republican. And that's really important. And that's resonating with people that would consider themselves more traditionalists, because they understand that to win in this new demographics in America, you have to be able to reach out to other people. And look, Republicans have been offering school choice as an issue for a long time. That's not just a libertarian issue. Conservatives believe in school choice very much. They've talked about it. Reagan talked about school choice. So that's an area where I think Republicans can reach other voters, different minorities, for example. And also Rand Paul made it clear today that he is not going to be a wimp when it comes to foreign policy. If America is attacked, he's going to defend America. And he's not hesitating at all to call ISIS the problem and to say that Islamic fundamentalism is the problem. Look, he used words today that President Obama would have used, and even some Republican candidates are uncomfortable using. So he showed today what he has to do to satisfy the Republican, I don't call them the hawks, but just the realists in the party that say, hey, look, Reagan kept us safe, and we need somebody who will keep us safe as well.
I got about a minute left here. Is it fair to say that when it comes to libertarianism, that Republicans would be, in your opinion, absolutely without a doubt, more likely to vote for libertarian? It does not appeal in any way, shape, or form to the left, correct?
No, because when you break it down, libertarians want smaller government. Libertarians want to stop the spending. Libertarians want to get rid of things like the Department of Education, where you've got the left wants to expand its powers. And so libertarians, at the end of the day, while they're much more socially tolerant than, say, the mainstream Republican Party, I know most libertarians I know, and I consider myself one, are pro-life. Rand Paul's pro-life, but they want to cut spending and they want to eliminate the size of government. That's something the left would never go for.
All right, 20 seconds left. Rich, you got to look me in the electronic eye here and tell me honestly if you think that Rand Paul is electable and can actually become the Republican candidate. Actually, honestly.
Rand Paul is absolutely electable, Ed. Whether or not he can become is going to depend on a lot of factors. Mainly the establishment, which is much stronger than his organization, wants Jeb Bush very badly. They don't want Rand Paul. They want Jeb. But Rand Paul is a very strong candidate going into 2016.
You think he could beat Hillary Clinton?
If Rand Paul were on the ballot, younger voters would vote for Rand Paul, not Hillary Clinton, and the anti-war people would come around to his side, not her side, because she's much more perceived as a hawk than he is. So, yeah, against Hillary Clinton, Rand Paul wins. Absolutely.
There you go. 3 to 6 p.m. every weekday afternoon, 1210 WPHT in Philadelphia. Rich Zeoli, thanks for joining us. We'll do it again. MidPoint continues.